Hello, welcome to simplyhike.co.uk. In today's session we're going to be looking at the Lifesystem range of aluminium mountain torches. They come in four versions. You have the largest, which is the 500 lumen. Next one down is the 210 lumen, and then you go down to the small, what I would term pocket-sized torches, the 220 and the 60. So here's the 500 lumen version. This has got the 4 D cells. Some features to point out. Got the cap on the back here. If I unscrew it, this is how you access the battery compartment. Quite a few threads on there. You can see there's just an O-ring there, just to give its watertight seal. I'm not sure it would survive being submersed, but it will certainly be well protected against the vigours of rain. And you see D-cell batteries just slip in there, 4 of them in line, pushes on. It's got a real high quality feel to it. It's really a nice chunky torch, nice size. You've got this grip section here at the head of the torch. You've got the low, off and high settings. If I show you that in action, so you've got the low setting and the high setting, and we also have on here, if you can just make that out, there's actually a focus beam as well. So if I flick it back onto high and now focus it using the bezel here at the front, you'll be able to see on the top of the work surface here that the beam, you can go to either spot or wide angle. It's an incredibly powerful torch. Has Lux and Rebel LED, 3 of them in there. Gives it about a 25-hour burn time, so a good life for those batteries. So here's the 210, same construction, just 3 D cells now instead of the 4. The great advantage, by lowering the output to 220 lumens, which is still phenomenally bright, it does give this particular version a burn time of over 300 hours. All the same features as its big brother, the 500. You've got your low setting, off and high. You still have your focus beam. You have your grip section to focus it. And instead of the 3 LEDs, you now have the single Luxon Rebel LED in there. If I show you the light settings, that's on low, flick it across, that goes on to high. A very bright light. And again, you've got the ability to focus. If I show you on the work surface again, you can go to spot focus or back out to wide angle. If we now move across to the pocket-sized torches and the 220 first of all, very small, compact little unit. You've got the on-off at the end. This is powered by 2 CR2 batteries. If you're wondering what they look like, I think they're probably best described as camera batteries. They're these short little batteries, a bit like the size of a AA, but short and dumpier. They are readily available pretty much anywhere these days. Got another O-ring seal in here. And to operate this torch, you just have a single button on the end here. If I flick that on, you can see how bright that is. That's 220 lumens. That's going to give you around about 52 hours. With these high quality LEDs that they're using in these torches, you're going to get around about 7 times the brightness of a traditional torch. About 52-hour burn time on this particular model. Now, a neat feature they have is you switch the torch off. If you switch it back on within 5 seconds, so I'll switch it off, back on within 5 seconds, we're going to see it off and then back on into SOS. No, we're not. So if I just show you the torch operating, switched it on and off by this orange button on the end, has a couple of power settings. So if I turn it on once, it's on high power, click it again, drops down to low, again, and it goes into SOS mode. You can flick it off as well, nice and easily. Comes with this small little lanyard, see there, just a wrist lanyard. Obviously, keep it safe when you're out on the mountains, but a really great little torch. If we go down to its little brother, the 60 then. So here's the 60, to give you some idea of size comparison. There's the 220. So you can see it's a tiny little torch. Exactly the same operation, orange button on the end. This one's powered by just a single AA battery. Obviously they're very easily obtained. You're going to get around about twice the brightness of a normal torch with this little torch, and around about 8 hours burn time on that single battery. So if I flick it on, you can then go to off and then into SOS. Now if you leave 5 seconds between turning it off, so I turn it on, I wait for my 5 seconds after turning it off, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I go to switch it back on, it goes back to its fully on mode, it won't go into SOS. So if you want it to go into SOS, you're going to need to press that button again within 5 seconds. But a really great little mountain torch.